Hey there, hi there. How you doing? Andy here. Just want to hit you up with some new music that dropped today that I think is actually really fucking good. We got a couple right here. This band Runner, or no, I'm sorry. Oh no, yeah, Runner. This was I don't know how to. Here, wait, let me make my fucking head a little bit smaller. I don't know how to like categorize these guys, this dude properly, but he has this like indie rock, minorly electronic sound to him. But yeah, he dropped this single today called Cowboy Cologne that kind of like fucking ripped. I really had a lot of fun with it. It goes against the typical stuff that I listen to. Oh, by the way, all this stuff, I'll have a link for it down below. Big Red's New Music 2026 every week. I was bad for a while at being up to date. As you can see, it goes from 1 week, 2 week, 4 weeks, and then like February. Yeah, like here, a while like it would go from the beginning of February to the very end of February. I was really bad at keeping it up to date, but I'm doing a really good job right now keeping it up to date. So you can see all this stuff in the new music folder. But Mikey Rocks from the Cool Kids. If you're not familiar with the Cool Kids, they are one of the greatest rap groups. Them and Run the Jewels, two of the greatest rap groups in the world, in my opinion. Half of that is Mikey Rocks, or Michael Rocks, as he's also known. He just put out a song with DJ Fresh called 500K. It's a good chill. It's like most of the shit that gets put out by Mike or Chuck from the Cool Kids, or when they're doing it together. It's just like cool, relaxing shit. It's vibe music in my opinion. Oh yes, Big D and the Kids Table is back. If you're a big ska fan, this is a really big deal to me because Big D is one of the most like not just ska but like even in the heyday of ska, I feel like not as many people give them it's like one of those they were one of those bands that like at the time they were getting like at the time when, ska was still decently popular, or like in the early 2000s, like when Warp Tour was still pretty heavy. So there was some sort of infrastructure that still had room for ska. Right now, I feel like there's not a lot of room for ska, but like back in the early 2000s when there was still sort of an infrastructure for ska, Big D and the Kids Table were doing their damn thing. They were on a lot of tours and all this other shit. But I think in like hindsight, when people talk about best ska bands and stuff like that, they don't get brought up enough, and that's why I always love putting on for Big D and the Kids Table. One of the greatest ska bands to ever do it, in my opinion. And they're back, man. And I don't think they've been putting out music for a minute. You know what I mean? They had a couple really good albums that not a lot of people were like talking about. Yeah, yeah. Oh wait, they did a cover album? That's really sick. I didn't realize they did that. I'm gonna listen to it on my drive to my podcast today. But yeah, they haven't done like a heavy rotation of shit in a while because they had Stroll in 2013 that was really good. Then they went sort of dormant for a while. They did Do Your Art in 2021, which was pretty good. I didn't realize they did a 15th anniversary of Strictly Rude. I'm gonna have to listen to that as well. But yeah, so this is their first music in like a good little bit, and it's very strong, it's very good, and it's very fun. So if you're into ska, you should be checking out Big D and the Kids Table. Terror, they got an album coming out at the end of April, and they put out another song from that, Destruction of My Soul. It's Terror. It's real good. It's a good fucking time. Terror always delivers. If you like Terror, you'll like this. Go check it the fuck out. A Casket Affair by Space Weather. I was about to. I don't know how these guys got on my radar. Sometimes I go on Spotify and I follow a bunch of people willy nilly, and I think that's how I came across them. But then I started listening to them, and they're in that like swancore pocket. A little Dance Gavin Dance, a little Hail the Sun, a little bit of what's the other band? Dwellings. It felt like they kind of had a Dwellings vibe to them, but these guys rip. They definitely sit nice and firm in that swancore genre, but they also too make their own distinct lane in that genre. You know what I mean? It's not like they're very distinctly swancore, but also at the same time they have their own general personality in that, and it's very fun, and it shows a lot on this song, A Casket Affair. So go check out Space Weather, and we got 2 more. Oh yes, Deceits. Well, after that AFI album came out, I got on a real big goth and new wave wave. I got on a big goth and new wave kick, and one of the bands I ended up finding through that is this band called Deceits. They're very fucking good. I think it's 2 fellers, 2 beautiful, beautiful fellers. And they're putting out really good goth and like new wave music, or however you would categorize it. But yeah, they just put out this one song one day. Excuse me. One Day You'll Hurt As Much As Me. This is out right now, and it's a good fucking time. And also, these bros, Cumbia de los Estudiantes by Mexican Institute of Sound, featuring the Meridian Brothers. This dude fucking rips. I don't know. Again, another one. I find a lot of shit here on Spotify because I'm just like, I know you're not supposed to like give Spotify props for various reasons and shit like that, but like I'm on here and like finding new music, and I know a lot of people shit on the algorithm for finding new shit and finding different bands, but it feels pretty successful for me. So Mexican Institute of Sound, they rip pretty fucking hard. It's like and I don't know if this is a proper categorization, but for me, it reminds me of a lot of like. It reminds me, the reason I got into it because it was vaguely familiar. Well, sorry, the reason I'm stumped because I'm like, I want to say it's like, it sounds like the Gorillaz, when in actuality, the Gorillaz are probably taking from bands like this. So like when you got, I believe it was like Plastic Beach, you would get a lot of shit like this from the Gorillaz, how it's like this electronic, but also very, Spanish sounding at the same time. I know there's like a lot of stuff with the Gorillaz that have that vibe, but yeah, this has moments of very, from what I could tell, like very traditional Spanish music, but at the same time, being very electronic and cool and groovy, and it's like top tier vibe music. And they just put out the song. I'm gonna hit this one again because it sounded pretty good the first time I said it. Cumbia de los Estudiantes. Wait, let's hit that again. Cumbia de los Estudiantes. I should learn Spanish. I live in Texas. I should learn Spanish. I think it would sound pretty sick coming out of my face. But anyway, yeah, you can get all this music. Big Red Zoom Music 2026. Hit the playlist, hit sort, and just hit recently added. I'm gonna wait, let me hit the share. So we'll copy the link, make sure it's in the description. Thank you so much. When I get some new music I want to tell you about, I will make another one of these. I love you. Bye-bye.